All right, welcome to another episode of the Military Money Manual podcast. I'm Jamie,
And I'm Spencer.
and today we're going to cover more military travel hacking frequently asked questions. As a quick review, last time in our FAQs, we talked some about military travel hacking. What is it? What banks participate in the deals for military service members? Why is it a good deal? How you can take advantage of it? We talked about some things like credit card debt and your impact on your credit score, and some expiration dates on miles and points. Today, we're going to continue the FAQs, and we're just going to go through some more topics that come into the website and militarymoneymanual.com comment section a lot, or to the email inbox. So the first one is going to be from Sam. I'll read this and then let Spencer answer. So he says, my wife is active duty military and I'm a civilian. I have the Amex green card and my wife is an additional card member, so the annual fee is waived via SCRA/MLA. I just upgraded to the Amex Platinum after receiving an offer in the mail. I also upgraded the additional card member to Platinum as well. Will the SCRA or MLA continue to waive annual fees on my wife's additional card? I want to avoid paying my annual fee of $695, which it currently is in September 2021 at least, and the additional card member annual fee of $175. So what do you say to Sam?
Yeah, so the biggest thing that changed back in January 2020 was for American Express, at least, you used to have to add the active duty service member as an additional card member to the account in order to get the annual fees waived. But in January 2020, American Express started applying MLA or Military Lending Act benefits to any card opened after active duty, whether you're active duty military or a military spouse, married to an active duty service member. So to answer Sam's question directly, yes, your annual fees are going to be waived. You don't have to worry about that. But you don't have to have a military service member as an authorized user in the account anymore. So if you go to the MLA database, which let me just look it up real quick, is mla.dmdc.osd.mil, or you can just Google DoD MLA database. And if you look that up and you go in there, you can create a free account and you can verify that you are in fact eligible for MLA benefits. And the only thing that the MLA database is doing is it's checking the DEERS database and seeing that if your social security number is in there and that you are in fact married to an active duty service member. So military spouses do get their annual fees waived, and it's a very easy process now with American Express and Chase. For Chase, they'll send you a letter in the mail even before your card arrives saying, hey, we ran your social security number against the MLA database. You've been identified as a covered borrower. That's the term that they use. And your annual fees will be waived. It's the same process for active duty. It's all automated now. Now, if you opened up the account before you entered active duty, both Chase and American Express are going to apply SCRA or Service Members Civil Relief Act benefits to your account, and they'll waive the annual fees. You just have to go through a different process. And if you Google, Chase SCRA or Amex SCRA, usually there's like a form you fill out, you submit your active duty orders, and then they'll waive the annual fees. And a lot of times they retroactively waive the annual fees. So I know some guys who were paying annual fees for 15 years and they got them all waived. And so they got like an $8,000 check from American Express. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So big takeaway there is you no longer have to have your active duty service member as an additional card holder on your account. If you're a dependent, a spouse that's in DEERS and verified in the MLA database, then you can get your own account. And honestly, being an additional card holder, a lot of people will, like some of our friends, and then they'll have their Amex Platinum card, and then they'll add their spouse as an additional card member, because then they get like an Amex Platinum too. But what's even better is get them their own account, which is also free, and then they also get all the benefits of the card, not just having the actual card. They'll get their own sign up bonus and all that as well if they have their own card.
Yeah, the thing that I always encourage military spouses to do, whether you're dual military or you're active duty married to a civilian married to active duty, is refer each other for your accounts. And so once you have the initial account opened up, so for instance, I opened up an Amex Platinum card a couple of years ago. And then when my wife was ready to open up her Amex Platinum card, I had a referral link on AmericanExpress.com, and I was able to refer her for an Amex Platinum card from my Amex Platinum card. And I earned, I think it was like 20,000 membership reward points, which, is worth over $200 depending on how you cash them out or whether you use them for travel or hotels. But Yeah, I really encourage people, like, don't just go and open up a platinum card. Get a referral link from your spouse, and that's totally allowed. A
Yeah.
lot of times people ask, well, won't the credit card companies frown on that? Using a referral link from a spouse. What they do frown on is self referrals. So never, never, ever self refer yourself. And that's where you use one of your own referral links to open up a new credit card or a charge card with American Express. But what is totally allowable is if you have two separate social security numbers, you're two separate individual people. American Express, Chase, they don't care that you're married. All they want is they want new accounts. They want new social security numbers in their database. And when you refer your spouse, that's a totally different person, and you are totally eligible to earn a referral bonus on that. And I really encourage military spouses. That's a great way to rack up a ton of points. Now, American Express, you can't combine the points across accounts, but on Chase you can with your household members. And that's maybe you have one person who has a Chase Sapphire Reserve card and you want to move all of your points over there, so then you can cash them out for 1.5 cents each through the Chase Ultimate Rewards travel portal. And I think that's a great use of Chase points. And again, you want to refer yourself, or
So
sorry, refer.
yeah, don't refer. Yeah, the points pooling that Chase offers, is that a one-time offer, or is there a limit on that, or is it once per year or anything?
As far as I know, they haven't changed it recently, right? And
Not
you
that I know
can,
of. Yeah.
yeah. So I know that as far as I know, you're able to combine your points whenever you want, essentially. So I have a Chase Freedom card. I'll rack up some points on that, and then I think it's a Chase Freedom. I think I have both the Freedom Unlimited and the Freedom Flex. And occasionally, I'll just once a month or whatever, whenever the points post, I'll just move them over to my wife's Chase Sapphire Reserve card.
Cool. All right. The next question we have is about contracted cadets, either at the academies or in ROTC. So if they're contracted and they're, technically then a member of the reserves, you and I were both ROTC commissionees, so we know how that works. But is there anything that they can do with regards to credit card benefits or travel hacking as a contracted cadet, either at the academy or in ROTC?
Yeah, so the most recent data points I have on this came out of the January 2020, when American Express changed their SCRA and MLA policies. I think before January 2020, all the Academy cadets were eligible to open up cards while they were still in the Academy and get the annual fees waived. But after the American Express, revised their policy in early 2020, it seems like now you have to wait until you're actually on active duty orders. The easiest way to confirm this is just go to the MLA database and look yourself up. So even if you think, hey, like, I entered active duty 30 days ago, I have active duty orders, I'm at my first base, I'm getting my first paychecks, still go verify yourself in the MLA database. There's a lot of horror stories online of people opening up cards expecting the annual fees to be waived, but they're not in the MLA database, and it's a pain in the butt after that to apply and get your annual fees waived. So I really encourage people, before you open up any cards, just go check yourself in the MLA database, check your spouse in the MLA database, and if you're listed as eligible for benefits in there, then you should have no problems, because that's when Chase and Amex, they run your social security number against the database, the minute you open the account. So if it comes back negative, it becomes a pain in the butt to then get MLA database or MLA benefits retroactively applied. It is possible, but it's a lot more of a process. Whereas if you just check the database and you're good to go in there, then it's a very seamless process. And if you're not good to go, if you're not in the MLA database, then work with your finance office, work with your personnel, whoever controls your personnel records. And it might just be an issue of, hey, you just entered active duty 20 days ago. Give it a bit more time for the database to be updated.
Okay, cool. Yeah, one of the things I thought about for this question too is, first I'll ask this question, then I'll come back to it. So is there somewhere where you have a good guidance of what cards they should open in what order as they're starting kind of their journey on travel hacking and their credit cards?
Yeah, so I think let me just confirm this on my website. I think the article is best credit cards for military service members. And let me just see where the article is. Sorry, I didn't have it pulled up. I think it's The best 14 credit cards for military service members.
Now, while you're looking at that, I'll talk about one of my other ideas for this question is, one of the good strategies is maybe starting with either a secured or a no annual fee card, especially if you need to build credit if you have nothing. So if you need to do that, maybe one other option if you're waiting for your MLA database to show up in the MLA database is you can maybe open a no annual fee card with Navy Federal or USA or something like that, just to have your first free. Like you talked about last time, you want to keep that first one that's free open the longest amount of time, and that'll help minimize impact on your credit score. So that may be somewhere you can start while you're waiting for the MLA process to kick into gear.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're in college or ROTC or one of the service academies and you've got the Navy Federal bank account or the USAA bank account, that's a great time to open up one of those no annual fee cards, start building your credit history. And then by the time you graduate, you'll probably have a 700, 750 credit score, and you'll be eligible to start opening up those Chase cards. So on my website, it's the best credit cards for active duty military. If you go to the search function, you can look that up there. And essentially, what I've done is I've laid out the optimal strategy in which to open up credit cards if you just joined the military. So first, you got to get that no annual fee kind of starter credit card from USAA or Navy Federal. And that just kind of gets your foot in the door, starts building up your credit score. And then that allows you to then move on to Chase cards. And it's really important if you want to optimize your military credit card benefits, you want to start with the Chase cards because of the Chase application rules. Once you've opened 5 credit cards from any credit card issuer in the last 24 months, then you're locked out of Chase cards until you dip back below that 5 cards open in the 24 months period. So online, you'll see it called the Chase 5/24 rule. And that's why it's important to first target the Chase cards and then move on to the American Express cards. And you can kind of mix and match too. Like if you're really gunning for the Amex Platinum card, go open up the Amex Platinum card. But do know that that's going to take away one of your Chase slots. And there's a couple Chase cards that are really good that you want to make sure that you have in your wallet and that you're getting the MLA fee waivers on.
Perfect. And one other thing to note while you're maybe in this waiting period, if you're a cadet, is it's a great time to take the free course on militarymoneymanual.com. And that's the Ultimate Military Credit Card course. It's free, and it's militarymoneymanual.com/UMC3. And so that's another thing. Just be ready for when your MLA database is active, and then you can kick in your strategy into full gear. Okay, next question. Are the credit card bonuses one time only? What do you think?
Yep. So the rules vary between the different card issuers. It used to be called churning, where you would open up a credit card, earn the bonus, and then close the credit card, a couple of weeks later, and then reapply for the credit card and earn the bonus again. That was kind of the strategy back in 2008, 2010. That's since gone away. A lot of the credit card companies have caught on to that behavior. And obviously, that's kind of gaming the system. So what Chase has done is they've put limits on the amount of time that has to pass between when you get a bonus. For the Chase Sapphire card, so that's the Chase Sapphire Reserve and the Chase Sapphire Preferred, you have to wait 48 months between when you get the bonuses, and the account has to be closed as well. So I was actually lucky in that I closed my Chase Sapphire Reserve account 4 years ago because I wasn't getting the annual fee waiver because I had opened it before Chase started applying MLA benefits in 2017. So I closed my account, opened up my wife a Chase Sapphire Reserve card. She got the fee waived, and I was just an authorized user on her account. Well, 48 months later, Chase Sapphire Preferred comes out with a 100,000 point bonus again, and I was eligible to apply for that and get the Chase Sapphire Preferred 100,000 point bonus. So credit card bonuses are not one time only. They do kind of spread out, and it helps if you keep track of all this stuff in like a spreadsheet or set reminders on your phone. American Express is even more stringent than Chase. So they say for a lot of their bonuses, it's once per lifetime. Now, how do they define a lifetime? Once you get the bonus and then close the account, you have to wait 7 years from the account closure to then reapply for the bonus. So really, in a reasonable lifetime, you're only going to get an American Express Platinum bonus maybe once or twice. And then you're only going to be eligible if you close the account. And especially for military service members, when you're getting all these annual benefits every year, it doesn't make sense to close the accounts. You want to keep the accounts open because you're going to be getting all these benefits.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. Very little scenarios where I can see it's worth it to close an account, wait 7 years just to get another sign up bonus. One note about that, for example, with the Amex Platinum, they do offer different cards. So if you go from the vanilla, what we call the vanilla Amex Platinum, to the Schwab Amex Platinum, you can still get the bonus on that one or other variations of the card. For example, when the SPG, the old Marriott card, was there with Amex, you could have gotten the bonus on that one and then opened up a Marriott Bonvoy because it was considered a different product. So you can also kind of take advantage of a product change, or if you've already maxed out, the Delta credit card offers with American Express, and they come out with a new Delta card, 2 years from now, you would likely be eligible for that. But definitely worth doing some research if you want that case. Anything to add on that?
No, yeah, that's a good point. To just keep note of product changes, and a lot of times they do. It seems the credit card market can seem kind of stagnant sometimes, where there's not a lot of things changing month to month. But you'd be surprised at how many times they launch new products, and they consider it a completely new product, and now you're eligible for the bonus again. So it can kind of seem like you've reached the end of the game at times, but they're always refreshing products and coming out with new cards. So you just got to kind of keep on top of it and keep up with the credit card news.
Yeah, in worst case, if you think you're eligible for it, and you may lose out on 60 or 100,000 points, which would suck, but in reality, then you're going to get all the annual benefits right away again, which makes it worth maybe taking a gamble and trying it if you're not 100% sure and can't get customer service to tell you for sure. All right, next question. Can I have more than one card, and how many is too many?
So yes, you can definitely have more than one card. And in fact, if you really want to maximize your benefits, like I was saying, start with that no annual fee card that's going to age your credit history and, increase your credit score. And then after that, the sky's really the limit. My wife and I have opened up, I think it's over 43 cards in the last 3 years. And currently we have 29 cards open, and I'm paying over those 29 cards. I'm getting over $7,000 of annual fees waived. So, and honestly, I know guys who have more cards than that. So I think you're over 20 now for the cards.
Yeah, we're at 21 or 22. Yeah. And we don't have any.
And how much are you paying in annual fees?
We have not ventured into the business game. $0 for 22 of the most of them, premium benefits. And it's cool too, because you can figure out, like Spencer mentioned earlier, depending on how you value each of the points, you can assign a worth to your Amex or your Chase or your Hilton points. And when it adds up, like, it could be several $1,000s worth of points, depending on how well you redeem them. So that's kind of neat.
Yeah. So like right now I've got over 1 million Hilton points, and, we're not traveling that much due to COVID and being busy at work. But that's, that could be $10,000 worth of value right there that is just kind of stored up for a future vacation. So it's, it can be really valuable opening up multiple cards. And, for the right person who can keep track of this stuff and isn't going to go into credit card debt, it's extremely valuable. If you're not that person, again, we always have to caveat this.
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Credit card debt is not worth it. And if you can't play the game by the rules that are set out, and actually I include a list of rules in my Ultimate Military Credit Cards course, if you can't stick by those rules and you're going to start paying interest, it's not worth it. You're going to lose the game, and the credit card companies are going to win. So it's really important to stay focused, keep track of your cards, set up auto payments so you don't have to worry about that, and just be, honestly assess, like, if I have to spend $6,000 in 3 months, can I do that? Do I have that, flexibility in my budget to spend that kind of money, or do I live leaner than that? And that's not reasonable, and I have to wait a little bit to open up that card and earn that bonus.
Yeah, that's a really, really good point. All right. The next question is another good one that comes up a lot is, what's my exit strategy if I retire or get out? What do I do with the cards when I leave active duty, whether it's retirement, separation, or an unplanned discharge, medical issue, or whatnot? And does it vary from bank to bank of what the policy is going to be?
Yeah. So this is a question that comes up a lot is, okay, you've got 29 credit cards. What are you going to do when you get out of the military? Well, I mean, the good thing is, the credit card companies, they're businesses. They want to make money. And so they want to keep you as a customer. So they're not just going to drop an annual fee on you without any warning. Chase, from what I can see online, they check the MLA database once a month or once every 2 months. And once they see that you're no longer eligible for benefits, they just send you a letter in the mail and they say, hey, we show that you're not eligible for benefits anymore. If this isn't true, like if you can provide active duty orders, please do so. And if you can't, then you'll be charged an annual fee on this date. So you have some warning there for Chase. American Express, from what I hear, they don't check as often. So I know a lot of guys who are retired or are separated, and they're still getting their annual fees waived on their cards, and that can happen sometimes for years after they leave active duty and they're in the Guard or the reserves, but they're not on Title 10 orders anymore, and they're still getting their annual fees waived. So it just depends on the bank, depends on how often they check the MLA database. Some guys, because they're on the Guard or reserve, when they do go active, they submit an SCRA request, and then they get the annual fees waived that they did pay reimbursed. So I think worrying about the credit card exit strategy isn't healthy to worry about it, but to have a good plan and to know that, hey, like if I do get charged an annual fee, a lot of times if you close the account within 30 days, they'll refund the entire annual fee. So for myself, my exit strategy, I'm not going to keep 8 Amex Platinums open after I get out of the military, but I'm definitely going to keep one open. And if they charge the annual fee on it, with the benefits that they're offering now, I definitely think that the Amex Platinum card is worth paying the $695 annual fee. But if you're not paying the annual fee, then it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, for sure. A good thing to have a plan for, not something to worry about too much, is a good way to sum that up. I like that. Okay. Another one that comes up a lot is we talked a little bit last time too about the SCRA versus MLA, and it kind of came up a little bit today as well. But one frequent question is, Amex says I'm not eligible for SCRA. Why is that, and what do I do?
Yeah, so a lot of people, they're reading, old information, old gouge about American Express. And it used to be that you really had to apply for the SCRA benefits through their website. And so now if you do that, you apply for SCRA benefits and you open up the card on active duty, then it's just a computer. It runs a script and it's essentially going to say, you're not eligible for SCRA because you opened up the card on active duty. It doesn't explain that very well in the letter, though. So what they get in the mail is a letter that says, you've been denied for SCRA benefits. And they freak out. And they're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be charged the annual fee. But they're not charged the annual fee. American Express checked the MLA database and they applied MLA benefits to your account. And so there's a couple ways to verify this. You can just go to the MLA database, and if you're good in there, then you should be good in American Express. You can also look at your card member agreement. It's that long legal document that they have to send you in the mail, or it's available. There's a place you can go on the website under like card member agreement on americanexpress.com. And if you click on that, on the bottom of the second page, there's a line that says, you have been identified as a covered borrower under the Military Lending Act. If you see that on your card member agreement, that means that they've applied MLA benefits to your account, and you will not be charged an annual fee. So again, I've got a whole page on my website. If you just Google Amex SCRA denial, it should pop right up, and you can read, all the information about that. But don't worry about it too much. If you do get charged an annual fee and you had the SCRA denial, the first thing to check is, are you in the MLA database? I can't emphasize that enough. Everybody who gets SCRA denied and gets charged an annual fee while they're on active duty, it's because something screwed up with their record. And essentially, American Express has no way to verify that you are in fact active duty. So that's what I got to say about that.
Okay, great. The next one is a little bit of a repeat, but I just want to hit it again. Which card should I start with?
Yeah. So again, it's a question that comes up very often. If you're just getting started, you don't have a credit score, or you have a very low credit score, you're in college, you're at one of the service academies, a no annual fee card from Navy Federal. They have a Navy Federal cash rewards card, which is pretty good. And then after that, move on to like a Chase no annual fee card, maybe like the Chase Freedom. So you kind of establish that relationship with Chase Bank. And then after that, you can move right on to the Chase Sapphire Preferred. The bonus is really big right now in September 2021. It's bigger than the Chase Sapphire Reserve. And then after a year, you can upgrade that Chase Sapphire Preferred to a Chase Sapphire Reserve. So I think that's definitely the place to start. And if you're waiting to come on active duty, start building up your credit score now and making those on-time payments and showing the banks that you could be responsible with credit.
Cool. All right. I have one more question here in our FAQ section for now. The next one is, can you use points and miles to upgrade when traveling on government orders?
Yes, definitely. This is sometimes a point of confusion for people. And when it was right before COVID, I flew to Korea from Hawaii for a conference. And the guy I was flying with was back in economy, and I was up in first class in a lie flat seat. And he was like, "How the heck did you get, the travel company to book you that on a government ticket?" And my answer was, well, they didn't. They booked me an economy ticket, and then I upgraded it with some cash and some points. So you can definitely upgrade your hotel rooms as long as it doesn't cost the government anything extra. So, if you book the government rate room at the Hilton, and then you show up and you're a diamond member because you have the Hilton Honors Aspire card, and they upgrade you to a suite, as long as it's still the government rate and it's not going to cost the government anything additional, that's fine. You can take that upgrade. The other thing too is the joint travel regulations, the JTR, make it very clear that any points and miles that you earn while traveling on government official travel are yours to keep. So you can add your frequent flyer miles number to any airline ticket that you buy. You can, when you stay at a Hilton or a Marriott, you can add your loyalty number to the booking, and you can earn all those points, and then you can cash them in later and, get yourself a nice vacation, essentially not paid for by the government, but, due to your government travel, you can earn those benefits.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's a great use. The JTR, the Joint Travel Regulation, like you mentioned, has some pretty restrictive verbiage on trying to book a better class. But if you're using your own points for it, then that makes the TDY a lot better, especially if it's a red eye or overnight. Well, red eye is overnight, but a red eye or a long flight or something like that, where the lie flat would be a really nice upgrade. All right. Any other thoughts you want to share from these FAQs? Any big inspiration it sparked?
No, but I think it's really good. A lot of good questions I get on the website. I have if you go to my website and you go to under the About tab, there's a contact me link there, or you can just always send an email to info at militarymoneymanual.com. I usually get a question or two every other day, and a lot of them are addressed in the course. So I really recommend that you sign up for the Ultimate Military Travel Hacking course, the Ultimate Military Credit Cards course, UMC3, on my website, militarymoneymanual.com/UM, Uniform Mike, Charlie 3. And you can sign up for the course there. All I need is your email address. You don't even have to give me your name. And I'll send you the course for free. It's over 5 days, and it'll walk you through, what is travel hacking? How do I sign up for these cards? How do I get my annual fees waived? And it lays it all out there for you. So, but yeah, keep the questions coming, and I'm happy to answer them, especially when I do have a good answer. And if you look online, there's not a lot of good information out there about this stuff. So I'm happy to be a resource for the military community.
Cool. Thanks for listening to this podcast, guys. We hope you enjoyed the second round of FAQs. And as always, check out the militarymoneymanual.com for the most current offers and specials. Anything we address today, bonuses or current benefits of a card, are current as of September 2021. So double check the website. Make sure you get the most current information on that as well. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.